You were wanting to hit the gym early in the morning today, but you didn't. You were planning to wake up early and get some studying done, but you didn't. Hell, you were going to cook a meal instead of ordering in yet again, but you didn't. Instead, you slept in the whole day. The bed was just so warm and cozy that you couldn't help yourself. Let me introduce you to your literary twin, Ilya Ilyich Oblomov. He's the main character from the book Oblomov by Russian writer Ivan Goncharov. Oblomov doesn't take life all that seriously. In fact, we're introduced to him in bed, which is where he'll remain for the rest of the story. Even when Oblomov receives a letter from the manager of his country estate asking him to come home immediately, he doesn't want to get out of bed. His one true friend, Andrew Stolz, hardworking and sincere, is nothing like him. Stolz tries his best to bring Oblomov out of his prolonged slump and introduces Oblomov to a young woman. There's hope when the two strike up a romance. However, Oblomov's lack of purpose in life and fear of moving forward ends the relationship. One can argue that it's because he was born with a silver spoon that allows him to stay in bed. That may be, but he's often conflicted with himself. He knows he has so many things to take care of and wants to sort things out, but he doesn't know where to start, and everything seems to have piled up that doing nothing seems to be the easier thing to do. And so, knowing full well that he isn't going to lift a finger, Oblomov is repeatedly ripped off by the people in his life. He ends up poor and destitute, and while there's one inspired moment where he confronts his backstabbing friends, we don't see Oblomov take any initiative to change the course of his life. Instead, he lies on his bed all day long, even giving it a name, Oblomovitis. Sometime before his death, he finally confides in Stolz that it was Oblomovitis that was the real cause for his demise. Strangely, other video commentaries have lauded Oblomov as a symbol of rebellion. I find that to be misplaced, for if he was part of the working class, maybe, but even then, he's someone who's lying in bed not to make a point. He just can't find the will to move. And there are some others who have made him out to be some kind of poster child for rest in a world that glorifies hustle culture. But there's a fine line between rest and wasting life. Moreover, Oblomov, who has never worked a day in his life, cannot claim to need rest. This story has never been more relevant than it is today. Oblomovitis is no longer an isolated incident. More and more people are tied to their beds and their phones. Bed rotting is a word that has gained cultural meaning. It's become a common and accepted pastime. We'd much rather see other people living their life than living our own. We'd much rather lie on the bed, accepting what fate has in store, than try to change our destinies. We'd much rather be comfortable than grow. In fact, you're probably lying in bed watching this video. If you see this is your sign to switch off your phone, get out of bed, and do something. Otherwise, we'll amount to nothing more than a cautionary tale.